you need to have various curves. And when you take your piece of paper and you put that curve on there and draw
Ship's curves.
ships, these are, this is the one I use all the time. This guy right here.
They're standard. It's plastic, clear plastic, so you may not be able
And
to
it's
see it.
amazing how you can, they make all different radiuses or shapes of them. And with a piece of paper, you just start out with a square block, a square block, and then where your leg wants to be, and then just draw the curve. And if you don't like it, pick up the eraser, because paper's cheaper than wood. Okay, but these are available online. There's various companies that make them. They're getting scarce though, because nobody does board
CNC,
work anymore, and everybody's doing CAD/CAM, which
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, see, my style is I don't do anything with 90 degrees,
no.
flat surfaces.
Your table.
So about 10, 15 years ago,
Yeah.
Ed and I got together, and we actually had a set of these 4-foot arcs made up. And I actually started because of the guitars. We needed a real 400.
They go all the way up to 600 radius, which a ship's curve is not a radius. It's a subtle curve. They actually used these when they were designing streets. When a street had a bend in it, I bought a whole set from a guy that used to work at a company. They designed, laid out the streets and everything, and they had all of these different curves for the streets. So, but they're getting hard to contact me. I'll see if I can find you some, okay?
But getting back to these guys, Ed and I had about 10, 15 sets. We sold them all.
Yeah.
And I kept this one for my, I make tables. You can lay it out. And
Well, here, look at this.
this is the constant radius. This is what would be a geometric or
I would say
logarithmic.
the inside of this curve is very close to 120-inch radius. It's almost exactly 120-inch radius. Now, try to take a compass and go out. These were done on a CNC machine, and the guy cut them out on a big 4x8 sheet of plywood, and he just cut all these different radiuses. But
This is a specialty deal that I don't think anybody else, I've never seen it before except
no,
that we use.
but these are available.
Steve has a
Oh yes, Steve.
Okay, you can make them with a piece of Lexan, 1/8-inch Lexan.
Sure.
Yeah.
Use a Dacron, with a center point, and you just come around with a pencil. That's
Right.
how I used to make my loftings
Right.
for the drag boats I made.
Well, even on a piece of 1/8-inch plywood or something, draw your curve, cut it out, take a piece of sandpaper and sand it off, and you can make infinite number of curves. I mean, just by drawing rather quickly. So
This for the guitar tops, I needed an arc of 480-inch radius. It's really tough to use a piece of string. What's 480-inch radius? That's
20 feet.
40
about-
feet. 40
Can't you do that with an ellipse too? By making up an ellipse?
Yeah, you could do all kinds of fancy things, but
Yeah.
we decided to have these guys made up, and I use them every day for design and all that kind of stuff. So.
I've used plywood, to be honest with you. A plastic might be expensive, to go down and buy a sheet of plastic now, it probably costs you like $20 by $30 for, I don't know. I would just use a sheet of 1/8-inch Baltic birch plywood at a lumber yard, might cost you $15, $20. You could make a zillion templates, sand them off, good to go, they don't break, good to go forever. Drill a hole in the end, hang them up on the wall.
I can't even find Baltic birch here.
What's that?
They don't have any
I
there.
can't even find Baltic birch here for sale.
Contact us, we'll ship you small pieces.
I just bought a 4x8 3/4-inch Baltic birch, high quality, $116.
Right.
That's
Oh.
this table right here. That was this. I bought that for this.
How about masonite? Can you get it? Can you get masonite?
Yeah, that's what I use.
Masonite works really good too for templates The only thing you have to be careful of is don't bend them this way too much,
Yeah, right.
okay? Yeah, but in case, there's, like I said, different ways to skin a cat, and, but you can buy these online. They usually have a package of 8 or 10 of them. Just look for French curves or ship's curves. And go on eBay. I bought the whole set on eBay for $80. It has like 50 of them in there. Go on eBay. In fact, I'll research it for you. I'll contact you. I'll see if I can find it.
Good. You go through Kevin, and that's the easiest way.
Yeah, okay.
Biscuit joiner, you can make, it's a slotting pin for the router. With your table that you made, prior to shaping it down, you can use the biscuit joiner just by using the, not the joiner, I'm sorry, the router blade, the 1/8" blade with the biscuits, but you cut the biscuit down.
Yeah.
And it will work on that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you don't have to have dominoes.
Yeah. Oh,
I do.
ingenuity. Yeah.
You're not going to take mine away from me. I'm telling you that. You'll have to come and get it underneath my pillow, okay?
Yeah, we like, actually, in all seriousness, depending on where you want to go and your
Yeah.
design, Ed and I did do this for a living for a while, and I think we'll close on this note. Ed and I, in Orange County, California, they have a woodworking show. We usually entered in there, and Ed and I, we kind of argue with one another. We'll usually walk away with most of the first and second place.
Another first place.
Another first place. And I don't say that out of ego. I just say that out. We do things that a lot of people haven't seen before, I think.
I think what Dennis is saying is we are extremely passionate
Yeah.
about woodworking.
We love it.
We take it seriously, and we're problem solvers. That's all. I'll end on that.
And willing to talk for the next
For hours and hours and hours.
Yeah,
for
we're
the
not
next
afraid
couple
to share
Mondays about the
anything.
same time, so-
Nothing's proprietary.
So yeah, have any questions at all, no matter basic
Yeah, I got
or
one.
yeah.
Will you be emailing us every Monday this link to go to the meeting?
That's my plan, unless you send me a email saying you don't want the emails anymore, then I'll stop. But yeah, that's my plan. Is everybody?
Great. Hey, good talking with you guys.
And be sure to let
And
Kevin know what you guys want to talk about. This was kind of free flow. We did have a little bit of prep at start, but a little more focus maybe would be good.
On the website, I do have a spot where you could enter in questions, and that actually shows who the question's from, just to me, not to anyone else. But just if you actually have questions that you really want to talk about, just type it in there, and that'll give us things to talk about that we know people want to talk about.
Sure.
I'm like I said, I'd much rather be woodworking than making website type things. But the only time I have to work on things is at 10 to midnight, and I don't think my neighbors would appreciate me, or Dennis would appreciate me coming to his shop down here to do any of that stuff at that time. So, I'm that's kind of trying to get things going.
Figure out the time.
So
I think that's it.
yeah, thanks everyone for
Thanks.
showing up, and
See you next
Nice
week.
meeting you all.